Welcome back to the hot spot with Cameron. And today we're going to talk about the upcoming Monday night game with the 49ers for the Detroit Lions. Again, go Lions. It's been a historic season, numbers wise. Again, you know what? Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for viewing. And also comment. That drives the content. I'm really happy to see what you have to say about what I'm putting up and the things that we're doing here on the hotspot. I also still have some more stuff coming with the spotlight. And then I also am doing some documentary stuff that I've just been working on. That'll come soon. That's a bigger project, but I do want you to know that things are still coming in the future. But then let's get back to what the topic of the subject is right now in this moment, and that is the Detroit Lions. We are in a divisional race with the Minnesota Vikings, which is going to come down to the end of the season. So today is going to be the tell of the tape. If Green Bay, which, come on, love, he needs to really come with it today and take on that Minnesota defense and take them to the woodshed. Minnesota, Sam Darnold, that offense is humming. Jefferson and Addison, they're killing the secondary. They are killing the secondary. So we'll see what they do today. That's going to dictate that Monday night game. Not Monday night, but I think it's going to be a Sunday night game because it's a TBA against Minnesota at the Week 18. So if they win today, it'll come down to that game against Minnesota for the Detroit Lions because I feel like we're going to stomp. I feel like we're going to stomp the San Francisco 49ers. If we do that, it'll be that divisional matchup where it'll be a buy or bust. So it's going to be the Lions at 14-2 or 14-2, and then it'll be the Minnesota Vikings at 14-2. The reason that we still have the NFC right now is because we beat Minnesota earlier in the year. So we have that advantage. We also have our divisional record, which is better. And it's going to come down to that. If we win against the 49ers, which I highly expect, the Minnesota game, we're looking to have the NFC home field advantage throughout the playoffs and also the bye week. Those are important as well because of their strategic planning. Like I tell everybody, Dan Campbell, structure, discipline, accountability. Like those are the things that he brings to the table. But then the creativity of Jared Goff and Evan, I forget his last name, but the offensive coordinator, their tandem is really creative. Trick plays every game, new ways to distribute the football. I think that leadership from Jared Goff, again, 1-for-1. I've been talking about it this whole season. Even last season when they made the 1-for-1 trade, Matthew Stafford was not the guy for us. Jared Goff is that leader that they need on the field. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is, like I said, again, great addition. I wondered why they got rid of Swift. I really did because I thought he was versatile. I thought that he was very explosive at times. And the element that Jahmyr brings is consistency. As a matter of fact, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm using that word consistency. I'm going to bring on somebody right now that I've known since ColecoVision, Tecmo Bowl, double dribble. This guy right here, he knows football. He knows betting. He knows basketball. Man, he was the first guy that I knew that threw a curveball that dropped off the table. I did hit it, but he still threw that two fingers curveball. He had a nice knuckleball, you know what I'm saying? He's a really good pitcher. You know what I'm saying? That Jay, man, that Jay from deep, you know what I'm saying? He was one of the first shooters. I knew that was a shooter. So you know what I'm saying? Played little league, played middle school, played high school, went on to play a little bit in college as well. You know what I'm saying? We've been around athletes our whole life, great athletes our whole lives, and we got to see a lot of athletes in Michigan, you know what I'm saying, in Michigan, like Michigan sports. So I'm going to bring him on right now. His name is Eroc, longtime friend, longtime an analyst. Here he is, my friend, Eric Knight. What up, my guy? What up, my guy? Yes, I feel I feel like you've been hearing what I'm saying. And you know, me and you had a conversation a little bit back. And one of the things that I think you brought to mind, and we'll talk about that later as well, as it pertains to the NBA, because we had a couple of, you know, opinions and thoughts on that as well. But right now, going into this week against the 49ers, what are you looking for in reference to consistency, or what do you think the tools are going to be to win this game on Monday night?
As far as winning for tomorrow night, just going to be just keeping it simple, just playing the way the Lions been playing the whole season. We down, you know, running back. We down a bunch of people on the defense still, but the way Dan Campbell been running the offense with whoever's been coming into the game, we still been winning. So San Francisco's beat up too, but I expect us to go to San Francisco and take that game. We owe them from last year anyway.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. So, what would you look for then in reference to keeping it simple? What are you looking for from the offense, or from Jared Goff? Like, what type of yardage do you think he's going to do? What do you think he's going to go for today? I mean, tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, I think he's gonna probably throw for at least 275. We got the
Mm-hmm.
receivers. Ain't nobody that can stick our receivers. And like I say, San Francisco defense is depleted too. You know what I'm saying? So far as that, Jared been throwing the ball really good these last few weeks. So with Amaron Jameson on the edges, we even been getting Patrick in the game. So Sam
Mm-hmm.
Laporta, I mean, we got obviously we be down the running back. So I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs still ran for 109 yards last week. So you know, I
And two
mean,
touches too, right?
yeah, so it's still gonna be the Lions football. Like it's like they always say, next man up. Dan
Mm-hmm.
Campbell's been doing good with the next man up. They ain't
Mm-hmm.
changed not a thing for no. You got hurt, so what? We still running this. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm. You know that one thing that I noticed was, you know, they said, oh, they brought this guy back. You know, they brought back Porsche at linebacker. And the one thing that I could think of was they know the system. If you're bringing them from the
Yeah.
street on the defense, they know the system. So they at least know the base or the basis of what we trying to do. And then all of the intricate things and stuff like that, we can teach them that during the week. As long as they can athletically do sideline to sideline for the linebackers, drop back in the coverage in the secondary, you know what I'm saying, put a body somewhere and just know your assignment in the secondary and cover your zone on the drop two zone, or if we go in man, you know what I'm saying, pick up and stick with who you got. I the defense, I think the defense, like you said, is next man up, but then also they're bringing in guys that they trust, that know the system and know the culture. So I'm really excited about that. So let's talk about Minnesota today, because they have to go against Green Bay, and I think Love got to have a game today. What do you think about that? Because all of the table
Yeah.
will be set. The table will be set for the game next week if both teams win. If Minnesota fall today to Green Bay, which is actually a high possibility, because if one is a divisional game, and Love, I think he's got a lot to prove up there in Green Bay, and it's in Green Bay, right? Oh no, it's in Minnesota. So
No, it's in
what do you?
Minnesota. It's gonna be weather ain't gonna be a factor. I mean, they talking about it now as we speak, but that's gonna be a good game, I think. I think that'll be a really good game today because the
Mm-hmm.
fact that Jordan Love is playing pretty good right now. I like to watch the way Josh Jacobs is running the football. Their
Mm-hmm.
offense has been, putting up points, and it's going to be on Green Bay's defense today, my opinion. You got to stop Addison and you got to stop Justin Jefferson. Sam
Mm-hmm.
Darnold's been playing good football. They put points up. I mean, I know they had a few rough games, but they don't, like you say, they only got 2 losses too. If Green Bay can win today, that would definitely help the Lions. That I mean, if we beat them next week, we'll be all by ourselves. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I need Green Bay's defense to. You got to shut down Jordan, Addison, and Justin Jefferson. And they got a running back, Aaron Jones, who used to play for Green Bay. He been running the ball
Exactly.
pretty good today. So it's
You
going to
know,
be a good game. It's going to be on the defenses. Whoever defense can stop the other offense will be the winner of today's game between Green Bay and Minnesota. That's my opinion.
okay. So let's look a little bit forward because fun fact here. First 14 game winning division team to lose the division in NFL history is going to
Right.
happen next week if both teams win. Uh, that game is so pivotal because whoever wins that game is going to win the NFC conference. They'll win the NFC conference, which means they're
Mm-hmm.
going to have a bye in the first round and also home field advantage throughout. How important do
Yeah.
you think that is for the Lions?
Oh, very important because our fans been traveling. So that's why that game is going to be. I think we at home. Our fans been coming out. It's going to be on Minnesota that game. We already beat Minnesota in Minnesota, so I'm not even really worried about Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it like that to not say Minnesota's not good, but we have the best offense. We are lacking people on defense, but our defense has still played good enough to win. We lost very badly to the Bills, but that was expected. We had a lot of people out, and we came back. The first half let us down. We came back. We almost could have won that game, but we didn't play good in the first half. As long as
Mm-hmm.
our defense can hold up, like again, when we play Minnesota, it's going to be stopping Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. You know what I'm saying? And our
Mm-hmm.
DBs, bro, we got Branch back. I mean, we got a good
We
our
got
defense.
Joseph Branch. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Hey,
we got
the
the
on,
players. So,
well, you know what? I mean, I had an issue with Terry Arnold early in the season with all the holes and stuff like that, and the penalties downfield and on third down, and you know what? I had to chalk that up to just him not being acclimated or as a rookie to the speed. But now that he
yeah,
didn't play
it
the whole
takes time.
season, he's one of the only starters that hasn't been out.
Yeah,
He hasn't been out.
that's good.
The only one. He's out of 10 out of 11 out of the 11 out of 11. 10 of the starters have missed time at one time or another. The only one was that rookie. So I'm happy about that. I'm proud of him, and I want him to continue to grow on the field. I see it. I see his growth. Even last game, he made plays in that last game that actually kept us in that game. And I don't know if
Yeah,
people really notice it or not, but he's actually stepped his game up. I know Amon Ra and all them at the beginning of the season was really, really cheering him on and just sticking with him. And I'm happy that he's here. Today, I think he's gonna make a play. You're gonna see something
yeah,
special out of him today. And I'm really happy to be able to say that because like I said, I was really worried about his play, not necessarily his focus. He seemed focused, even with J-Mo. Now that right there, that I'm with all of the things that happened with J-Mo and all of the suspensions and all of the off-field stuff and everything. Man, on the field, man, you cannot deny it, man. That deep ball last week, man, that deep ball from Jared Goff, Jared gunned that thing, boy. That man, he threw that from the 10 all the way to the 30. J-Mo had to do a little hop skip to jump it. That was a really, really good deep ball, man. If you know somebody with arm strength like that, like, you know, that was a good play. And then he hit the seam. He didn't, it was like that DB, that free safety was trying to backpedal with J-Mo. Man, you better open your hips up and run, man. He got a full head of steam running a 4.3. You better catch up, Tomato. Anyway,
Yeah,
I thought that was a real good play.
they got a good connection downfield.
They got a really good connection downfield.
That's
As
how
long
deep
as he
ball
stay in the
can.
game,
He
he
just
gets
gotta
so
have.
anxious.
He from Alabama, man. He one of them Alabama players. He got that cocky attitude.
Exactly. So I like your take on that, and I like your perspective. If we do happen to get on the road, I still think we'll win.
Oh yeah, we ain't the same old Lions that we couldn't win on the road, but yeah, because our fans gonna travel anyway. If we in the playoffs, it's gonna seem like we at home anyway. Like we've been a couple away trips, Arizona, and when they went to Arizona, it was. I thought we was in a Ford Field, and then all you seen, it was more Lion fans at the Arizona Cardinals game than it was Arizona Cardinals fans. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. If we have, like I say, losing to the Bills, we needed that lose. We
We
needed that
needed
loss.
that loss. I said
We
that.
needed that loss.
We needed because we couldn't have took it later. Like we couldn't have took it this
Exactly.
week or next week, like because we would have been limping into the playoffs. And you know what? Tomorrow we're gonna see one thing, like you said. The defense, they need to show out. They need to show up and show out tomorrow. Because going to
I think
Minnesota, Minnesota coming to us, they're gonna have to play us at home. And guess what? That defense, that Ford Field gonna be rocking. Yeah. Hey, have you seen it don't matter where you go. If you have something on Lions or you see something on Lions, man, every day I get about 8 Go Lions, bro.
oh
Like
yeah,
literally.
everybody know it's Super Bowl year. We were supposed to go last year. That's why I
We,
say tomorrow is like a revenge game. Dan Campbell gonna be looking to kill the 49ers because we lost. The way we lost, we was up on them. You know what I'm saying? 28-3, and we let them come back and beat us. You know what I'm saying? So tomorrow he might try to run the score up. You know what I'm
he gonna
saying?
run the score up. Run the
Just
score
because of
up.
simple fact that
Hey,
the
I
way
got a
we lost
question.
last year.
So I got a question for you real quick. You got anything down? You got anything down today on any of the teams or whatever? I know you do a little bit of sports betting. How you feel about that? How you feel the line is for I think we plus 3.5.
I would pick the Lions if we plus 3.5. That mean I ain't looked at that game. That mean we the underdog. I would take the Lions on the money line. I mean they should win
Oh yeah.
tomorrow if
No.
they
We
plus.
no. What's name is plus
You
3.5.
mean
It's the
we
other way.
minus? We got to be the favorites.
Right.
Our record's too good to be the underdog.
Right. I said that the wrong way. So I'm saying, I went down there and I was looking at the prop bets and stuff like that. I told you I was looking at the prop bets and stuff. But do you got anything on anybody today that you was looking at?
Yeah, I just be betting on players. I just be taking players for their yards.
Mhm.
I took Saquon. I can even tell you a ticket real quick. I only made one. I only pick players, man. Yeah, because we was doing this. So
hmm You say you
yeah,
think Jared Goff gonna go for 275 though, huh?
I
275,
do
two
that
touches?
second. Oh yeah, he definitely gonna throw at least one touchdown. He been throwing a touchdown a game. I'm around.
hmm
At least he been, like I said, he been throwing to Patrick. He been throwing Jameson been catching a touchdown pass every week. You know what I'm saying? So
hmm
Jameer Gibbs catching touchdown passes. So it's like,
He distribute that rock, man. Do you think he's worthy of? I mean, if he would have beat, I felt like his game against uh, Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? He broke a record in that game, and he threw for what? 5 touches, 4 touches against
yeah.
uh, against Buffalo.
Yeah, like down there 500 yards passing, 5 touchdowns. That's why I say we fell behind.
Mm-hmm. Well, the reason I'm asking you that is where do you think he sits in the MVP race? Because after when he played Josh Allen they were saying Josh Allen was MVP and Jared Goff was at like 4. But see, that's the thing. I felt like his whole campaign, I felt like the records that he's been breaking, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the records that he's been breaking and the way that the offense is going, it's the most exciting offense in the NFL.
It is, and they even the commentators said this is the best and the best offense since the St. Louis Rams' greatest show on turf. And the y'all proved it. So you know what I'm saying? So yeah, Jared Goff is playing at a high caliber right now. But then you got Josh Allen. Josh Allen just running and throwing the ball. And you got Lamar Jackson. Then you got Saquon Barkley, who's having an excellent year, who's running for over 100 yards down there a game. So I mean, Jared Goff he's in that tier, and everybody, even the commentators, say it. He's got to be top 5 in the MVP race. He's got to be in your top 5.
He got to be.
Like I just named, like I say, you got Saquon, you got Lamar Jackson, you got Josh Allen, and then who after that? It's got to be Jared Goff. Who would you name after them 3 that I just named that would be in the MVP race?
The only one, well, you know what? I'm not MVP, but if you say Sam Darnold, he could be comeback player because they got the same record. But the only thing is that Jared Goff lost to Josh Allen, but then Jared Goff beat Sam Darnold. So if they come down to the what do you think Jared has to do to move up in that tier? To be the number 1 quarterback, because he can't beat Josh Allen. The thing is, he would have beat Josh Allen if our defense wasn't so depleted.
I mean, yeah, Josh Allen had a hell of a game. That nigga had like 5 touchdowns, though. He had 2 rushes. That's what I'm saying.
But to be honest, against our third string defense, though.
Yeah, it was depleted, but stats don't show who the defense was.
You. But that's what I'm saying. Where do you think? I mean, so what do you think? What do you think he could do? This game will blow out.
Tomorrow he gonna have to keep throwing for down there 500 because, like I say, Saquon, he needs somebody to have a bad game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's all I can say. He got to keep playing. These last 2 weeks, because Lamar Jackson is playing awesome. You can't take that Lamar Jackson because he's throwing the ball better than he ever thrown the ball his whole career.
He only got 700 yards rushing this year.
Exactly, because
this is his lowest rushing output of his career.
As far as running the ball, exactly.
Running the ball.
To be able to sit in the pocket and throw it, and he distributing the ball to Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews. He got some receivers too, so it's like,
man, Zay Flowers had
another level because he done turned it up from running to he's a dual threat now because he's not running as much, and he still get Lamar Jackson. Because like I say, you say I sports bet. You could never bet Lamar for 200 yards last year. This year, you could bet Lamar Jackson for throwing for 200 yards because he's throwing for 200 yards. He ain't running for 100 yards like he used to no more. You know what I'm saying? They got Derrick Henry for that. He don't need to do that no more. So Lamar took it upon himself to say, I don't need to do all this running no more. I'm going to learn how to sit in the pocket, and I'm going to learn how to throw this ball. He can still scramble. You ain't going to just sack him. He going to run. So now you got to think about, is he going to run the ball? Is he going to throw the ball? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say they talking about Lamar Jackson just because of what he's doing too. And I can't take nothing away from Lamar Jackson because he's doing it. Like I said, he's throwing the ball too this year. Something like you said, Lamar was 1,000-yard rusher, 1,000-yard passer. You know what I'm saying? 1,000-yard passer ain't nothing in the NFL. Lamar stepped this game up. So it'll be hard. And like I say, Josh Allen got they play somebody today. You know, he had to have a couple bad games, man. That's all I can say. And Jared Goff just need to keep distributing the ball to his guys. I'm around St. Brown and Jameson. He keep throwing for 300 yards. You can't
his completion percentage is super high, but you know what else is because he's broken the record. He's broken the record twice this year.
Yeah,
for
he
having the
had a
highest
couple games
passer
where
rating.
shit. He didn't even have no. And I don't think he had a game where he ain't had no incompletions or something. Maybe 2 or 3 incompletions or
Man,
something like that.
he had he distributes the ball well. And that's
And
the
that was
thing. Some of those guys, like Amon Ra, I think he had maybe 1 or 2 catches one game. I don't think he cared. As long as they win it, he's still out there blocking. He's still out there doing the little things, man. You know what? Like you keep saying it. You haven't said it yet, but I'm gonna reiterate it. Consistency.
Yeah, that's what
The
it's about.
offense, yeah, they doing things, but and that's the thing. Even with Dan Campbell, just because he get criticized for going on to the 4th down or kicking a field goal or going for the extra point, going for 2 on the extra point or calling that onside kick early. And I'm gonna tell you now, that onside kick was right on time. It wasn't enough time. It wasn't no time left to be playing around. They know we're gonna go for it eventually. Let's just go for it now. Guess what happened? Oh boy made a play. Oh
He
boy,
almost ran it back.
I tell people now. You know, the last time I really saw somebody do that was when we was playing Green Hornets, man. I seen a little kid do that, tip it up to themselves and take off. That's the only time I really see that play. I cannot believe that they knew they was doing an onside kick. You got to announce you got to do an onside kick. How you let that kind of play happen?
It was just a bad bounce. It bounced right to him, and he was on the sideline. Wasn't nobody there. You know what I'm saying?
But somebody was supposed to hit him as soon as he jumped. Soon as he jumped up there and
Wasn't
stuck
nobody
his
playing.
hand up.
That's why he jumped past my man, and that's why he was able to take off like that. He ran for down there a touchdown.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and switch gears with you because, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to end on a bad note like that because I think today, you know what I'm saying, like I said, today, take care of business. Next week, go ahead and replan for Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. And
Yeah, we
like
played
you
tomorrow
said,
night, though. You keep saying today. We play Monday night.
Monday night, you know, I say,
I'm
hey, man, I keep doing that Sunday night, man. I keep doing it. But that's the thing. I think that they're going to move that. As long as both of them win, they're going to either move that game. They're going to
next
move that
week,
game to Sunday
they
night.
already said that. I think they said that already.
Right.
The
So,
Lions going to win. They already said they think the Lions. It's going to be this game between Green Bay. That's probably the game of the day anyway.
mm-hmm. So this is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna switch gears a little bit, and I want to because I talk about it a little bit, and I have talked about it, and going into the NBA, and viewership is down. Now the fanfare I think is still there. What do you think about the state of the NBA right now?
That was where my consistency word come in at because I think the NBA is inconsistent.
And give me a little bit of an explanation on why you think it's inconsistent. Do you think it's low management, or do you think it's too much threes, or what's the? I mean, the root is inconsistency. Where do you think that stems from?
I won't even say too many threes. I just don't think the players is. I think the players are just inconsistent this year. And if you watch basketball, like that's where the sports bank come in at because if you score 30 points tonight, you score 10 points tomorrow, you're gonna score 40 points the next night, you come back and score 8 points. You know what I'm saying? Like we talked about the other night, Steph Curry had a game where he only scored 2 points, and that wasn't even on the motherfucking field goal. He scored 2 free throws. He went 0 for 7. Come on, man. We ain't never had nothing like this happen. You know what I'm saying? It's inconsistency with me.
Mm-hmm. So what?
It's like every night. Even Aaron Edwards, just before the other night, he had like 3 straight games where he didn't even score 20 points. You know what I'm saying? Like back at I say I wish I could have bet on people like Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, Allen Iverson. You know, these people was doing it every night. That's consistency. Michael Jordan, people talk shit about Michael Jordan, but shit, Michael Jordan, if a person averaged 30 points, that nigga was getting 30 points every night. He wasn't getting Yeah, Michael Jordan might have had 60 points this night, but shit, the next night he coming back and getting 30. You know what I'm saying? He ain't coming back and getting 15. He ain't coming back and getting 10. You know, Kobe was never scoring. After I had to look it up, but shit, Kobe wasn't scoring 50 points and coming back and scoring. How many games Kobe had? Think about it. Kobe ain't never had a game under 10 points, man, unless he was a rookie or something. After Kobe started for them, he ain't never had even people like Tracy McGrady. I could just name players, man. Chauncey Billups, Rasheed Wallace. These people wasn't inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? Ray Allen. I would have loved to bet on Ray Allen or you know what I'm saying? People like that, a Dwayne Wade, you know what I'm saying? That was consistency. Today's basketball, I know it had to do a lot with social media. I know they got a lot more pressure on them, but it's inconsistent. And if you don't believe me, just look at the stats. I could pull up stats right now. You name a player, and I could just name a player right now, and I could tell you what I'm talking about. Name a player,
John
any
Moran.
player. Inconsistent this year.
Oh, you know he
That's what
stay
I'm
hurt.
saying. Yeah, but I, you know, I'm just gonna
Anthony
say
Davis. Let's do Anthony Davis.
he
He
been
a big
hurt
player right
too.
now.
Okay, so Anthony Davis, let me pull up because even AD has been inconsistent. Because I took that nigga for 20 points the other night and he had 19. That's what I'm saying. When do these players score like this? You know what I'm saying? If you score 20 points, you're supposed to score 20 points every night.
Right.
Only
That's
person I
what you
really
scored.
see. That's what I'm saying. Only person I really see that's been, and he's 40 years old. LeBron James been consistent. I can't even knock LeBron James.
Right. You know, that's the biggest thing that he is. He's consistent. 20 years. You know how many games for the first time in his career, Anthony Davis played over 70 games last year.
Yeah, because he
First.
stayed hurt. And that's why you really couldn't bet on him last year because he stayed hurt. You know what I'm saying? So we were
Mhm.
talking about Anthony Davis. So we're going to go, this is December. So on December 4th, Anthony Davis played 31 minutes and he scored 8 points. Anthony Davis scored 8 points, inconsistent. So the next night, he played 42 minutes and he scored 38 points. You see what I'm talking about? Then the next day, he came back, played 32 minutes, he scored 30. He was on a little roll right here. He played 36 minutes, he scored 23 points. The next night, December 15th, he played 33 minutes, 40 points. But then he went 35 minutes for 21 points. December 21st, he went 37 minutes for 10 points. 10 points out of the biggest nigga on the court. Come on, man. The next night against Detroit, he had 19 points. That was the night I had
Against.
him for 20 against the Detroit Pistons. So on December 25th, Christmas Day, he rolled his ankle on in the first quarter with like 2-3 minutes. So he played 7 minutes, 0 points, 0 for 3 from the field, 2 rebounds. So then last night or the night before last, 39
Because he
minutes,
said he was
36
coming back.
points. So 39 minutes. See the inconsistency 21, 10, 19, 0, 36. That's inconsistency in 4 games. Where's the consistency at? That's all I say. And that's Anthony Davis. I can name LeBron 20, 20, 20 with down there triple double. You know what I'm saying? He's 40
Yeah,
years
every
old.
night. But they ain't gonna give you that bet. They ain't gonna give you. They ain't gonna give you
No, you
that
can
bet.
bet it, but I mean, when you make parlays, you gonna take it. Who ain't taking Anthony Davis, man? You know what I'm saying? He the biggest guy on the court. Anthony Davis is averaging 26 points right now, and you can't even get 20 points. That's the inconsistency I'm talking about, and it's not
Mm-hmm.
just him. It's a lot of players that's inconsistent. Joel
Mm-hmm.
Embiid, you
Oh my
you
lord.
want to say I'm not gonna play. He want to play. He ain't gonna play in back-to-back games. Even Charles Barkley now went off on him about that.
Oh
Like how
man, they went
you?
off on him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Players like Charles Barkley, them they played when you. That's what I'm saying. It was a different era. These guys nowadays, they, you know, I don't know how you want to say it. Mariah Carey, they divas. You know what I'm saying? Like if you get paid millions of dollars to play basketball, but you don't want to play back-to-back nights. Come on, man. You get paid millions of dollars. That's your job. That's your job. If you got to work tomorrow, you supposed to show up to go to work tomorrow. So if y'all play today, and then so you play today, then you ain't playing tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
You
That's
take a
dumb to me.
vacation day. You taking a sick day. Personal
Exactly.
time.
So and then you plan I understand it's about, but you hurt. But come on, man. You got a bunch of zeros. You play this game. You might play next week. You might not play this week. Come on, man.
Hey, you know, it's situations where you say, I got to. It ain't no, oh man, I'm gonna make a choice. That, you know what? That, like you said, that's the problem with this generation. And I'm not gonna say problem. It's just the difference of mentality. They don't understand that if you don't do it, it ain't gonna get done. Like
Exactly.
that's the thing. Michael Jordan, he said it in the documentary. He said, "You saw the results of my leadership. 82 games. I lead from the front, tip of the spear, top of the mark. You can't lead from the back. Like, I'm not on
Exactly.
a golf cart watching you play because I done told you how to do it. I'm not the coach. If I'm on the field, I'm a participant. I am not a spectator. I'm gonna make it work. Like, you give me
You
nothing,
lead,
I'm gonna make
you lead
something.
by example. You lead by
You got
example.
to. You got
Joel
to.
Embiid is supposed to be the face of the 76ers, right? So how's you the face of a team and you don't even want to play?
How you gonna have your number two call you out? Maxie called him out in front of everybody.
You supposed to.
He got
Just
to.
like
That's the thing. Maxie,
just
you
like
know,
when
Maxie.
Anthony Edwards said what he said about Minnesota.
Yep.
People got to be able to take constructive criticism. When you not playing good, that's what's wrong. It's sugarcoated. You ain't supposed to sugarcoat nothing. That's why
No,
they out here
don't.
playing the way they playing. That's where the inconsistencies come in at. That's what I'm
Because y'all
saying.
not on the
No,
same page. None of y'all on the same page. Everybody doing their own thing. That's not a team effort. So do you think that that's probably what the biggest thing is? Is you saying inconsistency? Maybe it's experience and maturity. You're not
that
getting
ain't
that
got nothing to
experience
do
if
with
you're
them
not
getting on
out
the.
there.
I mean, we halfway through. We've been played. They've been played a lot of games now, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to hear nothing. They inconsistent. Like I say,
Mhm.
you know who consistent? Cade Cunningham. Look at Cade
I was
Cunningham's
just about to
numbers. Man.
transition to that. Yeah, tell me about the Pistons.
Go look at Cade Cunningham's numbers, man. He is consistent. I'm gonna even pull him up for you. This is what you
Yeah,
call consistent.
tell us a little bit about the Pistons and how they doing right now
And
because they
right
went on a
now,
little winning streak.
they surprising everybody, and they was on their West Coast win streak, man. I mean, they playing really good. Cade, like I say, Cade Cunningham, he doing his thing. Like I
What year is
say,
this for him? What year is this for him? His fifth year?
no,
Sixth?
he only been in the league what 4 years. He came,
Or is this his fourth year?
yeah, he came in at yeah, he got 4 years on here, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
But
you see, he's
Cade been
coming.
consistent.
Hey, they changed coaches out the bigger staff. I mean, don't get me wrong, Mobley, he did a good job of building those guys through tough times and teaching them to deal with adversity. But now is scheming. And I think Bickerstaff is getting them, like, he did his job. He's built those guys up to where they can take that constructive criticism. They can deal with a streak where they might not be playing well, and they can go ahead and take that adversity and come back out, like you said. And but that's Detroit basketball. You know what I mean? That's always, even from the Bad Boys, 2004 Bad Boys 2 with Chauncey and them. Like, they was a defensively sound team with Rasheed Wallace and Ben Wallace and all of those guys. And you know what I'm saying? I think that if the new Pistons or with Cade Cunningham and Bickerstaff, I think if they can take on that mentality right now and grind it out like they doing, like you said, go ahead and elaborate on what you was about to say.
Yeah, I was just talking about Cade's consistency. Yeah, I mean, and they just need to put more people around Cade. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause people that probably didn't expect them to do what they was doing. Like you said, they've been on a little win streak and they on the road right now. They was winning. I think we just lost to Denver last night, but they had
We
came back.
did.
They had beat the Lakers. Shit, they had came back and beat Sacramento at the end. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But the consistency I'm talking about, far as Cade, it was like look at December. December 3rd, I'm going to start that. So you got 23 points, 27, 29. He had a game with 18. That was against Boston, but he didn't shoot that good. But he still had 8 rebounds and 8 assists. You know what I'm saying? But then again, against Miami, 20 points, 33, 28, 20, 33. And then last night he had 17 against Denver. But look, 20, 20, 30. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going from 40. K-Day had a game under 10 points. And I called a game, 2 games under 10 points for Anthony Davis. And he the biggest guy on the court. That's inconsistent. His numbers should be like K's numbers. And you got K with 9 rebounds, 10 rebounds, 8 rebounds, 11 rebounds, 18 assists, 8 assists, 15 assists, 14 assists. That's consistent. 14
He doing it
assists,
all.
15. So 15. This is just a game against the Knicks. 15 assists, 29 points. That's one game. 15 assists. He assisted on 15 points. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's because whether it's 3 or 2s, you know what I'm saying? 15 assists. That's points
That's
he's putting on the
critical.
board.
That's
He's
points.
different. He's a distributor. He's the playmaker out there right now, and he's consistent with it. That's
Getting
why the
people
Pistons are
involved.
winning. And they made him the face of the Pistons, and he's doing it now because I had just went to the Pistons opening for them to release the new StockX, and they brought him out, and he just looked like he happy now. You know what I'm saying? In the way he's playing, he was hurt. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he can stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? Because he's consistent. If he get hurt, it might hurt the team. But and Jaden Ivey stepping up, Jalen Duren. I like even we got Tim Hardaway. We got some players. We just got to, and they kind of young, so it's like maybe bigger stuff can get them to jail. You know what I'm saying? He can get them to jail. We might have us something. Hopefully, we can make the playoffs. Shit, we might be able to make the play-in this year. And the way
let's make the play. Hey, crawl, walk, run. Crawl, walk, run. You know what I'm saying? It's always about building up. You got to have a strong base, and like you said, with K doing what he's doing, damn near having a triple double every game, getting people involved, making sure his shooters get shots, making sure he driving the basket and dishing the ball and scoring the ball when he got to in critical situations and making those decisions on the fly on the court. He's an extension of Bickerstaff. And the thing is when they get in the film room and they taking a look at everything that's going on, they moving pieces around. Like you said, they may not have found their designated big man, but they got some good wings. They playing some good on the ball defense. When the ball go up, everybody's attacking the glass. I think that, you know what I'm saying, when the offense goes into a half court offense, they know where the ball needs to go now. Like they don't have to guess who's gonna do it. They don't have to have Sadiq Bey shooting threes
They got K. K make sure that everything gets distributed the right 15, 14 assists. The boy, he making sure they in their spots. He hitting them. You know what I'm saying? Because at the beginning of the season, K was kind of making me mad because he wasn't scoring. He would start off like really slow. That's when the Pistons was losing. I don't know if they told him we need you to go right away because, like I say, he would have maybe 6, 7 points in the first half.
Pick up the pace.
Now recently he has instead of having 6s because he gonna get his assists. As long as they hitting, he get his assists because like he find the players where they supposed to be. He get his rebound. You know what I'm saying? But now he's scoring when he's supposed to score. He's not waiting anymore. He's scoring 30 points.
My dad.
On this West Coast trip, he averaging about 25 points on the West Coast trip right now.
That's what's up. My daddy told me, I don't know if you remember my daddy saying this to us, because he said a lot of stuff to us. One thing he told me, he say, sometimes you got to be selfish. If you doing what you're supposed to do, sometimes you got to get your point, man. When it's right there, just take it. And we'll move on to the next play. Go ahead, take what they give you. If the defense is giving you the score, take it. Guess what? We'll get the shooters involved because at the end of the game, the shooters, they need to shoot. But at the end of the game, when it's time for a bucket and you need to be that guy, I think that Cade has found his confidence. Somebody else that had to find themselves for a long time. And, I've been watching him for a long time down there in OKC. Old Alexander, Gilchrist Alexander. For a minute, man, he was going like 10 for 25. And you know what I'm saying? like 12 for 30. But that's because they didn't have people around him, and he was growing into that role. And I think in his 4th year for Cade, I think he's grown into that leadership role. You know, sometimes you gotta throw him in the pool and let him swim. But that's the thing. They brought him along, like I said, with the prior coach that they let go. You know what I'm saying? He allowed him to grow into what he is now. And now that Bickerstaff is there, it's just a graduation or a maceration into what he's ultimately going to become for the Pistons, or what he's becoming. Like you see it. You see it.
Yeah,
As long as he stays healthy in this long season, and that's the one thing I want people to understand. It's a lot of games.
Yeah, 82.
That's a lot of games, man. That's a lot of games. I know people be like, oh, man, they should do this and they should do that. And Michael Jordan did it. And Isaiah Thomas and this. He played 14 seasons. LeBron has been consistent playing 70-plus games his whole career. That's 20 seasons. Just think about how Kareem did it. Kareem played over 20 years. Kobe played over 20 years. Steph is only in his, 14th year?
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? He talking about, am I going to make it to 20? Do you understand how long 2 decades of basketball is?
Well, see,
That's a
LeBron got lucky because
long.
he came in out of high school. You know, he was a little younger than everybody, so it's a little easier to do it. And when
A little
Kareem
bit.
got older, he had the hook shot. He ain't had to do too much. Kareem had the
Right.
hook shot. He was
Yeah.
tall. All he had to do was just hook. I mean, he had a shot that was unstoppable. So it was that enabled Kareem to play longer. You know what I'm saying? And like you say, LeBron came in at 18, so he
Yeah.
came in. So you think he skipped 4 years, 3 years of college, and he was just right into the league, and he panned out. Luckily, he panned out. He's still playing. Like I said, LeBron trying to play to all his kids in the league.
Man. And I can't wait to see it. So I'm going to go ahead and end it on that note. I thank you for your time, man. You've given us some really good information and a great perspective on what's going on with the Lions, the NFL, the NBA, and everything. Is it anything you want to end with? You know, where people can find you, what you got going on? You know what I'm saying? Because I know you got a lot of stuff going on. So, you know, let the people know, you know what I'm saying, where they can find you at, you know what I'm saying, when or where they can see you at, and just a little bit about you, my man.
Well, you know, I'm the owner of CEO of Smoke Strong Clothing Line. You can find me on Instagram at Smoke Gang _ EROC. And then I'm on Facebook at Eroc the Ghettopoet Night. Like I said, next year, if you follow me, you'll see what's going on because it's a lot of stuff in the workshop we ain't going to put up. So if you follow me, then you'll know what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Like musically and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you got some music
Yeah,
stuff coming up,
music. I
promoting
got
stuff
music
coming
out
up.
right now. You can Spotify. You can go on Spotify. I got a bunch of tracks. I mean, bunch of singles on Spotify. Eroc the Ghettopoet. You could Spotify, iTunes, any streaming site that you use. You could just type me in, and I should pop up.
Hey, I'm gonna ask you one thing, one more thing before we go. And I asked you this the other night. You've been writing and spitting and doing this. When'd you start? When'd you start with that?
I actually started when I was 13. You know,
13 years old.
yeah, my brother was doing it, so you know, I wanted to be like Terry. So he started it, then I actually recorded my first song in Bowling Green at his college in his dorm room at 13 with his roommate, because his roommate was like the producer, the DJ.
Mhm.
So, that son named Eric, and you know, I was the first. I was called the E, and then I went from the E to E Rock, and then I added the Ghetto Poet.
Well, that's interesting, and that's another subject. And you know what I'm saying? Right now, like I said, I appreciate you for your time. I thank you for your friendship. And you know what I'm saying? Out there in the in the ghetto sphere, you know what I'm saying? I know you out there doing your thing. So I'm gonna say goodbye to you. Hey, keep it moving on the go. And man, thanks for being on the show, man.
Thanks
All
for
right.
having me. Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate it.
All right, man.
Hey,
Y'all be
to the people,
smooth.
all right now, yo. Hey, to the people out there, again, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna be here and I'm gonna bring you more hot content from the hot spot. Um, stay tuned. We got big things going on over here. Thank you again for coming to the hot spot with Cameron. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one. Next time.